Hi everyone, welcome to the Spiritual Society podcast. I am Zeta.
And I'm Mariam.
And we are so grateful to have you guys tuning in with us. This podcast is dedicated to helping you merge the spiritual world with your reality.
And in today's episode, we will be talking about the evil eye and whether it's a real thing, what it means, and how to protect yourself from it. And of course, we will be answering your questions at the end.
Love
I am
it.
super passionate about this topic.
She's very excited to talk about it when
So
we was
excited.
mentioning ideas. So I'm looking forward to it because we have a middle ground. I think we kind of believe the same thing.
Yes.
So we're going to discuss our opinions on it, and I'd love for you guys to let us know how you guys view it as well. So feel free to send in any emails to us on askspiritualsociety@gmail.com. You can also leave your questions there as well for the next upcoming podcast that you would like us to talk about. But
Moving on. Yes.
When it comes down to evil eye, how I view it is when people kind of see you out of eyes of jealousy, right? They're wishing bad on you. They don't want to see you succeed and everything like that. But Mariam's opinion, which I'll let you.
The premise of evil eye, let's start with what it means, right? Is that people can inflict like harm to you just by looking at you through their eye, through their glare. They can look at you and unintentionally or intentionally like inflict some sort of harm.
Mm-hmm. Like a curse, people say.
Yeah,
right?
it's like a curse, and it's embedded in so many cultures, and it's a very ancient belief, like 3,000 years
3,000
old.
years ago, yeah.
Yeah, so it's very ingrained in different societies, but I've come to the realization from my own experiences that it's actually not a real thing. So to whoever's listening to this, I'm hoping that by the end of this episode you see it differently. If you do proper believe in it, if you fear it, if you're aware of it, whatever, my goal is for you to feel at ease knowing that it's not a real thing.
Yes. All right. I like that too. I would also say I do think people can look at you in that way. I don't think they can actually put a curse on you.
People can be so evil and jealous and, resentful and not nice, but for them to actually then go and project energy to you that can affect you, it's because you're allowing it to affect you.
100%. If you're open to it, I like to describe this as kind of like it being an open door or a closed door. If you're open to the concept that evil eye and people cursing you is a real thing, the door is wide open.
You
of course,
create
you're gonna,
that reality.
It's going to come straight through the door, and it's going to come straight and hit you. And of course, I reckon then it can actually affect you. Like I think negative energies being swarmed around you, it can bring you down. It can lead you to depression and stuff like that. But if the door's closed, meaning that if your mind is kind of looking at this as a fact of, I'm so high up right now in a frequency of love or a frequency of self-belief that even if someone was trying to look at me in a certain way, trying to wish negative stuff on me, that it just can't go through the door because the door's closed.
Yes.
So that's how I view it, really.
I agree.
So I think the concept here is just the fact that we believe that is evil eye real? Only if you let it be. Would you say that? Only if you really let it be.
Yes. And even, from a religious perspective, every religion I feel like mentions it.
Yeah, it's embedded in a lot of religions now.
And every religion, we don't want to go into the proper, specifics, but to whoever's listening to this, you already know, I think everyone's heard of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Even if you're religious or not, but even religion includes this. And religion, it's interesting because religion believes that God is the most powerful, being, entity, whatever. And then it also mentions, people can be evil. There's an evil eye.
Yeah.
And I think that contradicts itself because then it makes people live in fear and not trust God and just trust in this evil energy, which I feel like if you can believe in things being evil, people having evil intentions, having this evil glare, why can't you believe in good things instead and neutralize that energy? Because people get so obsessive with this, I've noticed, from a cultural perspective.
Yeah.
Like people are so freaking obsessed with being cursed. It's just so unhealthy and it's not real.
Yeah, obviously without intending to.
Well,
no one wants to be cursed, but no, I see what you mean.
But obviously even that creates some sort of friction and I don't want to be cursed. I don't want that. Right? No. Yeah. And people get so suspicious of everyone and you create your reality in that sense. Like if you're obsessing over something, that's exactly what's going to come to you. Like I've even had friends who, I've been good friends with, and they haven't shared good news with me because they've thought that, you know, not intentionally, you know, they just want to keep it to themselves so no one jinxes it. Yeah. Not to me personally, just overall, like that's their view on things. And, you know, everyone has the right to keep things to themselves. But for that reason to like keep it to your, if that reason is to keep it to yourself because people can jinx it, you're not trusting that what you have is divinely selected for you, and you're protected.
Yeah, because nothing can really
and you're aligned to it. Yeah, because if you're doing something that is like amazing and led by your higher self, by God, and it's improving like other people's lives, it's improving your life, and it's a positive thing, why would you then trust that people can jinx that
and go against what God has made for you, or the universe has made for you? Yeah, that kind of, I see what you mean, but it does contradict.
Because it's a blessing, right? So why would you trust that you can be cursed or you can be jinxed rather than you can be blessed? Because even talking things out loud is such a powerful thing. You can talk things into existence if you trust in what you're saying and you fully wholeheartedly believe. And there was this phrase that I picked up quite some time ago, and it was like, I believe, so like even without any physical manifestation of it being a real thing, I believe in it to that extent. And that is when things materialize, when there isn't even a sign of it happening, but you just believe it and trust it. So when I've, you know, read up on manifestations and transformational work, the evil eye as a concept overall, it's just been so contradictory in my view, because it just kind of teaches you to trust in evil and to trust that,
or just expect it, like,
and expect
you can't
it.
Get what you want a lot of the time if you do have a lot of evil eye around you, because someone's going to curse what you have.
Yeah, and if you're expecting it, you're going to be inviting that, and then, you know, for some people that will just reinforce the idea that, you know, wait, the evil eye is a real thing because it's happening. No, but you're inviting that. And I say this from experience because I obviously before thought it was real, and in my culture it's a real thing and it's heavily spoken about. So I was raised with this idea, and but when I look back, times where things would happen and I would feel like there's evil eye or I've been cursed, I can really look at my surroundings during those times, what was going through my mind, who I was talking to, and everything just, it makes sense, like why those things would happen. I wasn't in a good place. And you have to like not have an ego about it and really look at your life in like from an outsider's point of view, so you can proper pin down like what's going wrong, because people don't like doing that, and then that leaves them in the same position.
Yeah. I would like to kind of describe it also as like being on a level of fear is one of the lowest vibrations you can be on. And if you're conscious and fearful of the fact that someone's going to curse you, someone's looking at you the wrong way, and it's going to, you know, like out of jealousy or envy, and they're going to, you know, get in the way of your blessings, that you're resonating on that low vibe of fear,
and that
which
just
is allowing
triggers
negative entities to come to you. So if you are
so
vibrating from an energy of love, saying, you know, that you're in full trust of not only just the universe, but of yourself as well, that you are protected and that you can still blossom despite anything bad that people do kind of throw at you, because energetically wise, you can rebuke it a lot, actually. If your field and like field or shield, shall I say, is strong. But of course, people can still, you know, try and bring you down physically. People can send you, I think an example I would like to say, if you are starting up a YouTube channel, or if you are on social media a lot and, you know, you're trying to work a business on there, whatever, a brand of yourself, regardless of whatever the example is, you can get loads of people who will spam you with fake accounts, trolls. I've had it a lot as well, but it's, if I let that get to me, if I resonated from a level of fear,
an
from
obsession,
a frequency of fear, and like was worried that that was going to impact my image, it would have impacted my image. I would have invited
up to you,
more.
right?
Yeah, I would have invited more of that in, but because I knew it couldn't affect me, because I knew I was worth more than what these people were trying to troll me with, it didn't affect me that way. And I think that's the biggest difference. Like, even if people are physically manifesting negativity into your life, it cannot affect you unless you let it. And it may, again, I've come across a lot of people who have had, their websites hacked. I've come across people who have had a lot of things, their sites hacked, their, emails hacked, they've had their social media hacked and taken away. But again, if you're resonating from a vibration of love, I think that you can still come back from these things.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I would say sometimes when that happens, again, karma's a real thing. These people are going to get their own thing if that's happening.
Oh my goodness.
To you, and you're also going to blossom even more because you're not doing anything wrong and you're not vibrating from a level of fear. Like, you're putting in a universe that despite things that are going wrong, you're still trusting. They're going to give you so much blessings. And I can say that from experience as well.
Yeah, and people that do put out, evil energy, evil intentions, or jealousy, like envy, if someone looks at people like that, they are only bringing that back to themselves.
Of course.
So knowing that as law, because that is just how the universe works, energy, whatever you give out, you bring back in. Why would you even be like that in the first place? There is literally no point. And, when I was getting my head around all of this, previously, it just made me realize, how much society is just put down by its own will of jealousy and fear. And it's just not right. And to fully transform yourself, you need to just bless other people all the time. Because, like I said, whatever energy you give out, you bring back in. And having that in mind, how is the evil eye a real thing?
Yeah, if you can, rebuke it.
If you can rebuke it.
Or maybe if it is a real thing, it's just not as strong as people like to believe. Like, the more you give
people
it power,
can be evil, of course, but it's up to you to have that channel available for them to then affect you with that evil intent. If you feel like someone is, being a bit weird or dodgy, or sometimes you can actually feel it when someone,
like, negative vibe.
Yeah,
right?
And whenever I feel something like this, I always know that, okay, this person, because I'm sorry, but I'm not capable of feeling evil towards people.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
She obviously hasn't got Scorpio placements. No, I'm just joking.
I actually don't have Scorpio. No, but of someone's success or someone's happiness, I just don't know how people whatever, right?
Yeah, I get it.
So because there's just a completely different vibration. And even as a child, I was always just so happy for people.
That's nice.
Yeah, I just don't get how people can feel that way. And even when I've had friends in the past who have been like that, I've been so shocked.
Yeah.
Because I just don't have that place in my heart for that. And maybe that's why I've come to this perspective, because not everyone believes this.
Yeah.
Not every people that I say, I don't believe it's a real thing, they're always shocked because they're like, no, but it's in religion, it's in it's in society, everywhere. It's la. I feel it, la. But in my view and in my experience, it's only real if you let it be real.
Yeah.
But did I have a point that I was saying before? I feel like I was gonna say something.
No, I think you've really powered through it.
Have I? I feel like there was something that I wanted to say.
No, you've done good.
Okay.
So one thing that we was going to talk about here was
I remember.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, sorry.
We got
it. Okay, but one thing I do want to say is, if you are surrounded by people who do believe in the evil eye, that will affect you.
Ooh, tell us more.
Because, I've been in friendships, circles, situations, whatever, where, I've been awakening to this perspective, and meanwhile, they have heavily believed in it.
Yeah.
So I could see things manifest for them. And obviously then that changes their energy and what they're going through. And that is going to affect you, because the people who you're surrounded by, you end up becoming like them.
Yeah, that's a known fact. That's scientifically proven.
So if you notice that you're surrounded by people who live in fear, who don't live in harmony, trusting God, that is going to affect you.
It's going to be around you, and you're absorbing all that.
If you're scared of the evil eye, why don't you then transform that and trust God and believe that you're protected? Why is it easier to live in fear than live in trust?
Yeah, it's a comfort zone thing, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because people get scared that if they're on a high frequency and bad things happen, that means they've done something wrong, or
that's like a self-worth issue, and that's trauma. That's childhood trauma.
And it's just it's time to be a bit realistic. Your life is not going to be 100% perfect, and people
no one's
need to understand
life.
That even the most spiritual people will still have
we're all freaking human,
people trying
right?
to get at you. People trying to bring you down. There's always going to be that. That's because there's so many different people in the world with different perspectives. I always say this, some people will see you as either a devil in their life or a complete angel, but it depends on their perspective of you. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So So yes, protection wise, as I was going to say earlier, how to protect yourself from this. I do believe, yes, crystals can help. Anything like that can definitely help you out when it comes down to it. I think tiger's eye is amazing for protection. But one thing I like to say in all the podcast episodes, I think so far, but in my YouTube channels, I literally go by this a lot. You can get all these things, but if your mental level is not, protected on its own, like, and strong enough on its own, do anything. These crystals are just a ploy to make you believe you're protected, when in reality you're still absorbing everything around you. And that's why you might realize, for those of you out there who have like crystals everywhere and still, you feel as though you're not in the right state of mind, that needs to come first. Like, you really need to start to understand that what you give what you look at, what you focus on, you're giving power to it. So if you're looking at evil things, even if you've got the tiger's eye or whatever you've got, black onyx around you, and it's supposed to be protecting you, and you still don't feel protected, it's because you don't feel protected in your mind state, and you aren't protecting your own mind state either. It's very likely you're either it's easily penetrable. Is that a way of saying it? Like, people can easily influence your way of thinking by their opinions,
because you're obsessed
of what other people think and what other people are doing behind your back. No, focus on your life.
Just bless them all. Seriously. And I want to say, if you have the blue-eyed emoji on your bio and your name, go and remove that right now, because that does not protect you. Okay, like, I'm so against that blue emoji being all over social media, because I've just been seeing so many okay, I'm sorry to come across harsh, right? But I just know that that's not protection. Protection comes internally, and when you feel internally protected, you almost don't even feel the need to project that outwardly. And whenever I do see people with this blue-eyed emoji, which is like a sacred symbol, by the way, like, it is very ancient, like I think it dates back to 3,000 years ago, isn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
But using it on social media, when I see it, because obviously on social media everyone can see each other putting out pictures, people are so obsessed with like this projection of evil that it's like, it's just getting a bit out of hand now. And it's like, no one is actually projecting that.
Do you know what's really interesting? And I'm going to make this kind of a casual thing here, of where I've noticed a lot of people on social media who are giving the evil eye, who are putting it in their bios or putting it in their captions of their photos. I'm like, hold on a minute.
You're inviting that in by having that. And I don't think
it's by having it. I just feel like some people just use it as a way of protecting themselves when they're not even protecting other people. Like, some people are so like contradictory within themselves. I've seen a lot of people who want to pretend that they're this like innocent being that is putting out frequencies of love, and they love everyone, even their haters, and putting these symbols up, not just even the evil eye symbol, but like other things, symbols, and Christ and whatever, like the cross. But then they're the same kind of people I've heard and have come to me to gossip and to be that low vibe about other people. So I just thought it was kind of funny. Because very hypocritical.
Because on social media you don't know anyone.
No. So people go, oh, she's so blessed, or he's so blessed. Like, wow, he's, what a very profound caption and bio with this, protection thing, thinking that you're blessed. But some people aren't. Like, some people just use it when they're the ones sending out negative things. Yeah, so weird.
Having that in mind, like, what is the actual point of taking social media seriously?
Yeah, that's like, the whole thing.
People take it too seriously
though.
Do I?
Should you?
I don't think so.
No.
And if you want to post something, just post it.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard so many people, because I'm also in like marketing and stuff, people just don't want to engage with their audiences. I've heard it too many times now for it to be a coincidence. People are just scared of showing their faces, and that's a big ego issue, because you're caring about your control. You want to control how you're seen. And that then prevents you from being authentic, because you can share something and like help so many people, but that blocks you. And it's because of an ego thing, and that relates to evil eye, because
you're worried that people are gonna look at you in the wrong light.
Yeah, and it's so weird, like this age that we're in now, where this has never happened before, obviously, with like the internet and everything.
The age of Aquarius.
Yeah, the age of Aquarius. And we've never been exposed to this kind of thing, so it's really weird, like, seeing the merge between these ancient concepts and this new
in this modern society.
Like, it's so strange.
It's just.
And what was before the age of Aquarius? Age of Pisces?
Would have been Capricorn.
Was it Capricorn?
Actually, no, it would have been Pisces.
It was Pisces. It goes backwards because age of Pisces was the religious age, right? And now it's like, that's probably when, you know, all this stuff was more prominent, and now we're moving away from that. But people, you know, our parents and whatever, they're from that age, so they're kind of dragging those beliefs with them, but they don't translate into the age we are in now, because we have this massive network in front of us, and obviously, you know, it is valid, but it's not always going to apply the same way it did with them, because the opportunities we have now due to the internet and everything, it's not the same life that they lived.
Very different lives, very different. And I know it's going a bit off topic, but you'll notice that with like how many jobs are a lot more successful being online than it is being physical shops and stuff. Like if you look at it, like Amazon's not even a shop. Like they don't even have any physical stores, but they're one of the biggest like stores out there, basically, with like departments. Crazy. So like social media, the internet, and like
and when you think about stuff like that, like even something as big as Amazon, like how can an evil eye or some sort of projection affect that? It's just operating on a different scale. Do you know what I mean? Evil eye, I feel like it's such a village vibe. Do you know what I mean?
Like a
small community, like gathering together, talking about someone. Oh, evil eye vibes. You know, that's the energy it gives me. And like, just based on my own experience, like I said, like I don't see that energy translating into the modern world. And when you do work on yourself, like spiritually, that's never going to apply, because you're not going to be on that vibration. Because I see spiritual people talk about the evil eye, and I don't get it.
Would you say people who claim that evil eye is present in their life, it's a victim mindset?
Yes.
Because it's like, oh, this is happening to me because people are cursing me. I can't do anything about it. When you actually have full control.
Yes.
You may not have control if someone wants to slash your tires or do like that kind of crazy stuff. But energy wise, you can still resonate from that high frequency.
Yes.
They can't bring you down. And if you're still in that high.
Honestly, like what I'm saying though is like to come from a deep place, like a place of deep love and gratitude and trust. And I believe that will override and neutralize any projection of anything that anyone puts towards you. I believe in my heart, and if you believe that too, you know, I feel like the same would work for you.
Love it. So we're gonna go to the questions.
Passionate.
We'd love to hear actually what you guys think. If you
what do you guys think of my view, like, please, because people don't agree with me, but you know, Aries vibes, I always just say my opinion, no filter.
If you guys want to let us know, you can either go to our YouTube channel, which I know some of you are listening on already, but leave it in the comments below what you believe when it comes down to evil eye, your experiences, etc. Or you can leave it in our emails, as I said in the beginning. But going on to your questions, we have a couple quick ones, and Josh has said, I feel like others can pick up my energy or feel me, people that are woke but also people who are bad. Is this normal? I'll just instantly say it's very likely yes. If people are woke, they can catch on to energies and feel you, but I think this is more to do with you feeling them than anything else. I don't know if it's a sense of paranoia. What would you say? Like, because I think I was mentioning before, like sometimes we get overly sensitive. Is that what you say? Overly sensitive to other people, like that we kind of get, that we kind of feel them and feel like they're feeling us too.
I don't think it's normal though.
I mean, I felt sometimes that like people can like see through me in the streets, but like
it is normal, but it's not a normal way of life. You should have boundaries.
100%, and that is a clear lack of boundaries. So I just try to rein in your intuitive energies and powers there, because it feels like you might become a bit, because I always find this whenever you step into spirituality and have that heightened intuition, paranoia kicks in like crazy, and I suffered with this for so long.
Agree.
It's very likely, Josh, I don't know if you're only recently have just awoken, because it seems like it, because this is what happened to me. Like I saw everything, like my third eye was buzzing. Honestly, Mariam, I was going to submit myself into a mental hospital. I swear I was going nuts. Like I saw numbers everywhere. I felt like I just knew the people that were around me. I had
you pick up on things and you realize things about yourself. That's when I realized I was on my like transformation, let's say. Like every day it's like an entanglement in my mind about myself would just revealed to, like it would reveal it would be revealed to me. Yeah. And it would be like, wait, but why am I seeing this now? Why is it coming to my attention now? And every little thing that was shown to me, it really helped me move on from anger or resentment or something. And it just gradually I became like a different person. Whereas before, you know, I was quite clouded with like a victim mindset. Yeah. And it's not normal though to be like that. And you know, as part of your journey, you will become more heightened to your surroundings and realizing a lot more. And I feel like you will attract different types of people during your awakening. You know, people think that once you're, you know, woke or whatever, you only attract good vibes or good people, but
biggest lie.
That's not true. If anything, you'll attract bad people, not bad people,
because you're
no one's bad, right? But you're people
light.
Who don't serve you necessarily, because you are light, and the things that they bring out of you, like the way they trigger you, those are the things that you're supposed to work on to fully grasp your awakening.
It's almost as though the universe is like, oh, you're listening now. Yeah, you can see this now.
Hey,
like, okay,
I see you.
I'm going to send you a little tester lesson here.
Do you know how true this is? Because, oh my God, I was attracting the same person, the same people over again and again until I could not ignore it. Yeah. I was like, okay, like what is this person trying to teach me? Like this prototype. What is going on? Yeah.
It's true. Going back to your question though, Josh, yeah, it's very likely this is normal, but it needs to be reined in. I wouldn't say this is how you should live your life, but also sometimes some people can only really feel you if they're intending on doing it. Like if they're looking at you going, oh, what's this guy's energy like? Otherwise, with people crossing the street, they probably are in their own head thinking about something else, not gonna lie. But yeah, I'll try rein it in. Simone has also said, I sense my ex is a devil worshipper and his friends do.
Jesus, please protect Simone.
His friends do black magic against me. I used to feel protected, but I don't feel that way anymore. I feel vulnerable to these people that wish me ill. I think I fear those low energies are creating blockages for me. How do I deal with those energies? Can I just quickly state that one sentence there? I fear those low energies. The fear and low energies are the same thing. So you're already on that low energy just by fearing about them causing blockages. Like, yes. Can you see what I mean?
100%.
So it's very similar to what we were saying before.
Of course, honestly, like
that can only affect you.
You're on the same plane for that to manifest basically. For you.
Yeah.
And the way to like eradicate fear or neutralize it, I prefer that, you know, to say neutralize fear, is to just trust. Because when you're fearing anything, you're not trusting. And why are you choosing to trust fear rather than trusting like your blessings and your protection? We make that choice of what we want to put our faith in, and people just want to put it in evil rather than good.
Yeah, like there's actually some, I know they do, like people do rituals and stuff to protect yourself. If you feel as though that will help you, then feel free to do things like that. Feel free to try and make yourself feel more protected if you feel like you can't actually sit and trust.
One thing that really worked for me was salt baths. Like I tried crystals and I tried different things, but salt baths and water overall I realized is super healing for me. So just try seeing different ways, like different rituals, like you're saying, could work for you.
But one thing I will say, the main tool that you should use is your brain. It's your mind.
Brain.
It's true. I love the brain. And I just love anything to do with consciousness, and like it's just crazy how it works. But if your mindset is on the fact that it's getting to you, then it's getting to you. Like what you say is true. So
even if you don't, say you don't even believe you're protected, just say you are. Just say it until you believe it, because like you need to like snap out of it, like seriously snap out of this mindset, because I see it happen to so many like people, and they're good people.
That's what I mean. That's why
and they're just victimized by it, and it's just so wrong. And that's why I'm passionate about this topic, because I feel like good people are so like vulnerable to it, and they don't even see that it's their self-worth issues and it's their issues of trust that manifest these issues.
Absolutely. And I'd also say when it comes down to this question, what I would really recommend is not just to look at the fact of whether they're doing dark magic or, you know, wishing bad on you or worshipping the devil or whatever. It's really about making sure you've healed from the actual relationship in itself, because that's the only way there's a stronger connection. Because like, you may feel this a lot more because it was an ex, it was someone you shared part of your life with and a lot of your energy with as well. So I'd really try to pull away from that, heal from that, bless it, move away from it. If they're a dark energy, then bless it. It needs more blessing. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you need to release resentment.
Not that you can control that person and bless them and they're going to end up being, you know, going towards Jesus Christ rather than the devil. Like, it's not going to work out that way. But what you're doing is you're elevating a frequency away from the fear and away from the low vibe that was around you when this person was in.
And you know, that's resentment. People hold on to resentment, and that manifests in fear as well.
And again, fear is a low vibe. It's not an open door. So so that is the questions done. So thank you guys for listening.
I think this has been my favorite episode so far.
I knew you'd be passionate.
My throat chakra has just been like
released,
uncontrollable right now.
But let us know what you thought about the episode. Let us know what you thought,
and guys, your own opinions. Can you please leave a nice cute review for us on the Apple podcast app, please? Someone gave us like a 1 star and we were just like,
that's such a troll. Like, it's not like, 1 star
worthy. Who did that? Why? To be honest, we bless you. Thank you. Very kind of you to do that.
You need new ears because you can't hear it properly. Just joking.
If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to leave, you know, a rating for us. We'd really appreciate it so we can continue doing this. And also it will boost the algorithm so it will be shown to more people and we can spread our positive vibes.
Absolutely. And knowledge. But thank you guys again for listening. We wish you well. Have an amazing day. And thank you again for listening.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for all the support.
Bye guys.
Bye.